What's cracking, like, it's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so, and we're going over the defensive portion of my positional rankings here. This is what I'm putting in place in my scouting report. This is technically a scouting report, so it is what it is, but if you enjoy the content, become a bro and subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Helps me out, so do that for me if you could. And I stream on Twitch. Yes, I do. I play video games on Twitch occasionally, so go ahead and follow that and come in and chit chat. I'm just sitting there, kick back, hanging out. So let's talk. It's fun to talk. It's fun to discuss, and you can discuss with me in real time. Isn't that fun? But let's talk about the worst position group I think in the draft here. That's not true. I think the tight end, but the worst for the defense. Let's talk safety, because it's not a great safety class. It's not a great safety class. It's not a great linebacker class. I initially was thinking that this was going to be a much deeper safety class than many people thought, and then as the course of the season has gone, so has that opinion of mine. But Grant Delpit, he's here at number one. We know what he is. He's great. He's very versatile. He's great in coverage. He can't tackle. That is what it is, man. But Ashton Davis, man, track star guy, closes in on the ball like nobody's business. I like him. I think those two are definitely first rounders. Then I got Shaheem Carter, a guy I was very high on at the beginning of the year, but with his size, I think he's kind of limited to a slot role. Honestly, I was gonna put him as a corner, but or put him on my corner rankings, but I kind of fit him over here because he does have the flexibility to play back. And then Antoine Winfield Jr., making his daddy proud. This guy has been nuts. He's been a turnover machine. He's got crazy quick speed. Even when he is beat, he has enough athleticism and speed to make up for it. The guy's just been really good. I have him as a borderline second rounder right now. He's a third rounder here, but he's just been excellent. And then Hamza Nazir-el-Din, guys, I think he's gonna end up being like a dime linebacker at the next level. I think I was gonna put him in my linebackers, but the guy's just been a monster for Florida State. I mean, we saw this past weekend on that he returned I think a pick for a touchdown, but the guy, he's a sure tackler. He's not afraid to come up and get nitty gritty in the run game. I really like him. Xavier McKinney, a guy everyone's so high on, but he's not been that good in coverage this season as he was the year before. I have him currently as a fourth rounder. That might hurt some people's feelings, but it is what it is. I got Sain Bassi here. He's making the he at the beginning of the year he's been trying to make the transition. There we go. That's a word. From corner to safety. And yeah, there's gonna be a little hiccups, but I still believe in the ability. I still believe in the talent. Jeremiah Dinson from Auburn might be one of the best coverage linebackers in this draft. Jalen Hawkins has been a monster, and I think he's very underrated. He's going to be a guy that any team would be lucky to grab. Brandon Jones has been just all around great for Texas, and I have him as a fourth rounder. And no lie, I like him as a perfect fit for the Patriots. I mean, he just screams Bill Belichick to me. I don't know what to tell you about. I don't know what to say. But linebacker, this class is equally not that great. Period. I mean, we got Isaiah Simmons, who's probably going to be, he should be a top 10 pick. The guy's great. We know about him. Dylan Moses here, probably be a little higher if he actually got to play the year out. I think he's coming back, so there's that. But then a lot of people are high on Kenneth Murray. He's just not a playmaker. He's a great athlete, but I don't think he's a playmaker. He was kind of exposed a little bit. Was it the Baylor? I think it was the Baylor game. But yeah, I have him as a third rounder. We got Troy Dye, who he's a great reactive athlete. Like, as soon as he makes that decision, run or pass, like, he gets to his spot, but he really needs to add strength. He needs to add weight because he's pretty thin. Willie Gay Jr. is a guy that's just fallen down my board, honestly. He's probably the fastest linebacker in this class, but At some point you need to do something with that, you know. And then Jordan Brooks actually is a guy I really like. I think he is a complete 3-down linebacker. He's a tackling machine, and he's been a monster in coverage. A guy that I think at this point he could jump into that day 2 conversation. I got him as a 4th rounder right now. And then Jacob Phillips, and let's talk about Patrick Queen here too. Both pretty athletic guys. They're not as athletic as Devin White was, but I think Queen might be the better playmaker, but I think Phillips provides more of a versatility as far as the run game. And I don't know, honestly, these from 7, like honestly, looking at my 7 to my probably my 15th, these guys are pretty interchangeable. These guys are very close. These guys I have as 4th to 5th rounders. So yeah, even David Woodward, a guy I was extremely high on at the beginning of the year. He's tough and physical, but he's kind of just judging by his play, his athleticism, his strength, he's kind of limited to like a 4-3 scheme. You know, he's not going to be asked to, he's not going to be asked to go blitz, and he's very limited to with who he can cover. On the opposing team, he might be like a tight end only type of guy. So yeah, not the greatest. I mean, even Errol Thomas from Mississippi State, he looks like a run defender only. So it's like there's a lot of questions. There's not a lot of star power in this linebacking class. But let's talk about the defensive interior, because I love me a lot of these guys from the defensive interior class. I think it's a really good class. We got Derrick Brown, man. Everyone loves Derrick Brown. I know. I like Derrick Brown. He's improved as a pass rusher. At least it's what we've seen the past like month and a half. So that's why I have him as my number 1. Javon Kinlaw might be the best actual pure pass rusher from the inside in this draft class. Marvin Wilson, he's kind of slowed down, and then he had the hand injury that's going to cost him this year. But my dark horse here is Jordan Elliott. He has been consistent, and he does it in the SEC. I like him. I think he could sneak into the 1st round. Neville Gallimore from Oklahoma has been really good. And then Raekwon Davis, a guy that I have him as a borderline 2nd to 3rd round pick. Because we all know Raekwon Davis. We all know the potential for Raekwon Davis. It's just the production we don't see. So I got him here. Levi Onwuzurike, I'd like to see him get a little more playing time. Let's just talk about let's talk about Aliki Fotu, because this guy I thought he may be run defender only, and that still might be the case, but I think he is now definitely a guy you can keep on the field for 3 downs. He's showed to be a competent pass rusher from the interior, especially with his size. This is a guy that can play probably the 0 tech, so I like him a lot. And then Ross Blacklock he's who I thought Corey Bethley, his teammate, would be. This guy shows great effort. He plays exceptionally well, especially against ranked opponents. And yeah, this is everything I thought Corey Bethley would be. But it's Ross. It turns out it's Blacklock's forte. He's the effort guy. But this is a guy that probably could climb up the list a lot. And this is a pretty good class. Looking at it with James Lynch, I have as the next guy from Baylor. I think he's going to be an inside player. Currently plays edge for Baylor, but he's a monster. There's Nick Coe, Rashad Lawrence from LSU. There's a lot of guys. This defensive line class is actually pretty good. So let's talk about the corner class, because it's deep. It's deep. It's just as deep as that receiving class, in my opinion. We know what we got with our first 4 guys. Jeffrey Okudah, Christian Fulton, CJ Henderson might be the best man cover corner in this draft. Trayvon Diggs, he's got a great athlete, good size, one down game against LSU, but everyone gets a down game. Bryce Hall, though, I think should still be a first round caliber player. despite the injury, and it's not like this year's been bad either for him. It's just not as good as it was last season. Really wish he came out last season, but he didn't. I think he's great for a cover 3. He's got good size. Cameron Dantzler, a guy that I would like to put on more weight, but he's got good size. He's been very impressive against the SEC. AJ Terrell, man, this guy's right up there. He is not like, you can fit him into any scheme. This guy can play press. He can play zone. He can play on the back end. He can play in safety. Like, he's just a great all. I'm just saying, it wouldn't surprise me if this guy ended up going in the first round. You got Jalen Johnson from Utah, a guy that I thought was maybe more of a 4th rounder, a day 3 guy, just because he was so boom bust. But the more you look at it, it's like with him, it's like he gets it. He gets the game. He gets the game of football, and it's all the risks he takes, those boom bust plays, they're calculated, and sometimes it doesn't work. Like, I'm starting to come around to him as a prospect. I really like him as maybe a potential, like, a cover 3 guy, but maybe even in his zone. But I don't know. I think I would like him to do less thinking sometimes. So maybe a zone scheme wouldn't be the best. Jeff Gladney, he's an athletic freak in this draft. So, like, honestly, 1 to 9 all could be first rounders. They're really good. But I think definitely from Cameron Dantzler, AJ Terrell, Jalen Johnson, Jeff Gladney, they're kind of like that second tier. Like, you got those first 5 guys, and then that's the second tier. And then we go into like a Diamador Lenoir, Paulson Adebo. I think they kind of fall into that next tier of corners. And then we have Shaun Wade, who's an interesting guy because he doesn't have a lot of snaps on the outside. Plays a lot of slot there at Ohio State, but he's played extremely well. So I don't know. That's kind of the thing here. It's like, well, is he a slot only, or is he capable of playing on the outside? He's got the size. He's got the ability to play on the outside. So I'd like to see that, So we might have to wait for like combine or something for that. TJ Carter from Memphis has been locked down. The only problem is it's in the American Conference, where there's not a lot of competition. So I'd like to see him actually verse good competition, or superior competition, I should say. Lavert Hill's another guy I'm still high on. And like, these first 14 guys I have as day 2 picks or day 1 picks. Like, this is a deep corner class. And then you got Miles Bryant. I think he's a slot only. He's a former safety, but I think he's exceptionally good. You got Troy Pride Jr., extremely fast. Marco Wilson, another guy there with CJ Henderson, his running mate. Marco Wilson could be an excellent outside corner. He's very physical. He's good press man type of guy. Just penalties with him, he's a little too handsy. And then we got Eric Strokes. I don't think he's coming out though. He's only a redshirt sophomore, but he's played extremely well. We got another Lamar Jackson there. And Darnay Holmes, I included on here because he's still playing with UCLA, but he entered the transfer portal. So I don't know what's up. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year to actually decide if you're gonna be. Well, I guess you're gonna wait till the end of the year when guys declare and don't declare. But I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'd like to see Darnay actually stay and transfer to some place that's more heavy on a man scheme rather than what he's playing there at UCLA. So, but I mean, it's a very, very good corner class. And then let's talk about the edge class, because the edge class is really good as well. If you didn't know, now you'll know, because we got Chase Young. I don't need to talk about Chase Young. Chase Young is the best prospect in this class. And then AJ Epinesa he's really kicked into third gear last 3 games. He's been great. Curtis Weaver has been amazing all year. Terrell Lewis, after coming off the injury last season, he's been great for a guy who might not have elite size. He's got a crazy bull rush. Julian Okawara, I still think when it's all said and done, he's gonna be a first-round pick. He should be able to participate in the combine, and he's just gonna blow people's socks off. Here, Gross-Matos, he's kind of putting it all together there at Penn State. He's physically incredible. I talked about Bradley. What is it? The cat out of Utah. I talked about him in my offensive video because he's been wreaking havoc on the Pac-12. Ask Trey Adams, you know. So this guy, he's been awesome. Alton Robinson has some red flags going on there. Zach Bond, I'm telling you, he's going to be a linebacker at the next level. He's going to be an off-the-ball linebacker. He's got the ability to play the edge, but he doesn't have the size for it. Clavon Chazon has been really good this year, but again, medical red flags, man. Like, he's missed a couple of games this year. He was out all of last season, but I mean, he's going to test out amazingly. So he'll probably, I have these guys as second rounders. We go on to the next part of my list. I got Carlos Basham, Khalid Kareem. These guys I have second round grades on. It's a very good edge class. Y'all know how I feel about Marlon Davidson if you followed the channel. I stinking love him. He's amazing. He's crazy how he moves at his size. Like, it's just wild. It's just a really, really good class. Jonathan Greenyard, he really started the year hot. He's kind of cooled down. Josh Uche from Michigan, dude, he's undersized, but man, he gets around the edge like nobody's business. It's just a very good class. Let me highlight a couple of smaller prospects though here, because we got Alex Highsmith out of Charlotte. Guy's got really good size. He was a walk-on nonetheless at Charlotte. So I could maybe see I have it as a fourth round grade. I could see him going later day 3, just because of where he's from. Cam Gill here out of Wagner. The guy, he needs to add maybe a couple of pounds, but man, he's got incredibly powerful hands, and he's been extremely productive. Granted, small school, but man, numbers don't lie. I think he had 13.5 sacks his sophomore year, or no, it was 11.5 sophomore year, 13.5 his junior, and I think currently he has like 9 sacks on the season. Season's not over yet. So this is a guy, I have a 5th round grade on him right now. It's just, this is gonna be a pretty good class, and there's other guys who could potentially come out, like Quincy Roach from Temple. He's a bit undersized, but he's been very good. One of the best pass rushers this year, up there with Curtis Weaver. There's still Kenny Willix, Jabari Zuniga. It's just a very good class, and I honestly, like, this is gonna be a fun draft. It's gonna be very fun. Next time I do a 7th round mock, man, I'm gonna have some questions. But that's it for the video. Go ahead and do the YouTube thing. Much appreciated, much obliged. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and let's talk about it. Be cool, man, be cool. But until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.